To you, my one and only. Yes, come in. Oh. So, Mr. Iron Chops, the rats are found. The trap to catch the scourge that night after night has been pilfering our food and water finally worked. Ah, you found the baggage too. What are these papers? I see. Yes, bring them to me. What's this? Just one. Oh, now what do we have here? Unhand them, lads. There's no need to keep a hand on them. Here, in the middle of the ocean. If they want to swim for it, they're welcome to. A single individual scurrying around with the rats. A stowaway. And one with a huge appetite. I must say, devoured the rations of 3 good men, to say the least. Leave us. And you, who should you be? Oh, no. No need to answer yet. I was wondering why our food stores were going missing. For a second I thought a deckhand had decided to get greedy. And we don't like it when the crew get greedy. Isn't that right? That's right. And I like it even less when people think they can snoop around on board. We also aren't fond of stowaways. Oh, that's what I like to hear. No. None of your lame excuses, stowaway. Although, with those eyes and that figure of yours, you probably are used to getting away with much. But we're here. We're not on the land. We're at sea. My sea. My ship. It's a shame. With a face like that, you might have had a chance of charming me into giving you a free voyage to our destination. I am a generous man, after all. Or so I've been told. Hey, easy now, that's all in the past. What? Speak up when you're told to. You've never seen a captain talk to his ship before. Well, this is not just a ship, no. The Nautilus is much more than that. The fastest ship in the whole of the Western Seas, carved from elven mystic wood. The Nautilus has a living soul and a fiery will of its own, which just so happens to be one with mine. And together, we've been through thick and thin, hail and brimstone alike, all the way to hell and back, isn't that right? Oh, now you don't feel talkative. Typical. Why do you only ever do this when I'm in front of guests? Are you still mad at me for complimenting them? Or do you want to contribute, spreading the legend that Captain Nemo is madder than that blasted pirate, the Flying Dutchman? Although that one is raving mad indeed. Forever looking for an everlasting, ever loyal love outside of his ship. Crazy like a bat out of hell that Dutchman is. What? No, you don't need a minute to collect yourself. Time is of the essence, and you will answer every one of our questions. Stowaway. Did you think you could hide and steal passage on my ship and get away with it? Obviously, the answer is yes. I have no room on my ship for the likes of you. No matter how winsome and entreating. Sorry, darling. Lads. Get the plank ready. Oh, I hope you can swim. What do you mean I cannot condemn you to walk the plank? I certainly can. And I will. For funsies. Also, that's because what we do to stowaways and thieves. And in particular, to thieving stowaways like yourself. Oh, seriously? The law? Oh, you're much mistaken. This isn't a trade ship. This is a corsair ship. Although not one of those despicable pirate ships, scourge of the sea. We're privateers. Or as some might say, legally sanctioned pirates. Under the order of our great regent of Runica, with a patent stamped with his supreme golden seal of the roaring sun, we hold full power over life and death on the waves. Plus, full permission to relieve both Sarsillan and Rapturian ships of their goods. All under the name of our great sovereign. Deliver or sink. Preferably both is the name of the game. But enough of that. The deep blue is calling your name. Whatever it is. Beautiful, uninvited, thieving guest. Oh, that gets you talking again, does it? Oh, what am I saying? My Nautilus. You're the only one that matters to me. Now, to the plank with you, stowaway. Oh, please. We're privateers, not pirates. I'm a man of culture. No way I'd be so barbaric. I, in fact, have a much better idea. Here, let's go out onto the deck. I want you to fully appreciate the beauty of the Nautilus. And I don't think you've had the occasion to fully comprehend it. Since you crept on board, you've spent all of your time hidden in dark corners. Now, do you see the prow of my ship? light of the sunset hitting us directly, everything appears in sharper detail, doesn't it? Unless you happen to be nearsighted as a mole. Slow away. Oh, you aren't. That's good. So those amazing eyes of yours aren't just for show. Now tell me, what do you see on the prow of my ship? Yes, indeed. A most beautiful figurehead. One of the many souls of the Nautilus. The very ship you chose to hide in. Why, yes, a very elegant figure. A royal profile, but winged like a celestial being. Indeed. But we have no time to admire further. Tell me, what does our figurehead hold between the arms? A chair, to be sure. Very artistically carved. You could almost call it a throne now, couldn't you? Yes, a throne. The crew has a name for it, though. But I prefer to call it the embrace of Nautilus. First mate, have the stowaway comfortably seated into the embrace of Nautilus, and even more comfortably strapped into it, well secured against the tugs of the wind and the rolling big waves that shake our helm. There you go, stowaway. Now. Don't be afraid. The seat's padded. And even the armrests. Sailors are mighty good at knots. By the way, first mate, make sure those knots are fast and add some ropes. The wind is strong, and we don't want our guest being torn away from us by a sudden gust. Now do we, my Nautilus? I'm sure you're going to be quite cozy, protected from the wind by the wings of the figurehead, too high for the waves to hit you, even with the slightest spray. Oh, now stow away. That seat is the very best place from which the sunset can be admired, although the sun is already fallen behind the horizon. The night is near. The sea is ablaze with dying light, and the moon will soon be high. The night sky far above, a fast sailing ship is a sight to behold. I could never tell whether there's more beauty in the heavens or my Nautilus. So, my little uninvited guest, what if your punishment consisted of spending the night in the embrace of my Nautilus, admiring the bright, endless starry sky until you fall asleep? The seat is so well padded that even the cold of the night can't be felt. Or so have we been told by more than one guest. Oh. So you think that spending one night in the embrace of the Nautilus were being considerate and merciful to you? Yeah. Mayhap we are, aren't we, Nautilus? If you find us so merciful, since you finally seem to understand that your crime is unacceptable to us, I suppose you won't protest if we serve you no dinner. Good. It would be wasted food anyways. And considering all the rations you've pilfered during your stay with us. What? Ah, yes. Ah, stowaway. I forgot to tell you. Our good crew called that chair the seat of the drowned. Why? Because, my dear little parasitic guest, the Nautilus is much more than a ship that dominates the surface of every ocean and sea. Our Nautilus is a marvel of magic and technology. Elven magic shaped the woodworks, but the best engineers in Runica designed the engines. In fact, my Nautilus transforms into a submarine at my very will. In battle, if I so decide, and also rather routinely, and precisely every night, to speed up our course and protect us from our foes. So you have about 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to admire the sunset before the darkness enfolds us and the Nautilus plunges like an arrow into the cold heart of the ocean. With you strapped comfortably in the embrace of our chair. Oh, by the way, do you like the bard, Shakespeare? Full fathom 5 with you, so very soon. Not thy father, you. Full fathom 5, doth our stowaway lie. Soon, throughout the night. All hands, leave deck now. Secure hatches, first mates set course. Immersion at nightfall, per usual, but as slow as the engines will have it. We want our guests to admire the starry skies from underneath the water as long as their lungs will manage. Oh, what? Why cry now? I'll stay right beside you until the water reaches up to your neck. Then I will really have to leave before... well, I'll be needed elsewhere. But never mind. In the morning, I promise to have you all wrapped up and co-signed to the definitive embrace of the waves. Oh. You must live. Because you... No, you aren't. This cannot be. You have a mission, then. But can you prove it? Why did you not speak out immediately? No, I don't believe you, you know. All these lies just to save your own life. You can prove it. The medallion. The Crimson Medallion. You liar. It is lost. The Crimson Medallion has been lost for decades. What? You have it, liar. If you had been wearing it, my men would have found it as soon as they'd searched your baggage. It's sewn inside the lining of your right sleeve. If this is a lie, down into the cold water you'll go. But not before I serve you for lying to me, stowaway. Now stay very still and try not to squirm. I'm going to open the sleeve of your jacket with my knife. It's sharp, so be very still. Not that you can move much anyways. There we go. This is it. The crimson. But then, that means you are Saren, you say. Dragon. I see. Then it appears indeed you have a mission to accomplish. I am a gentleman of fortune upon the seas and a man of my word. I will help you to your destination. And we shall see you reach your port of call safely. From there you'll be on your own, but I've heard there's someone who can take you across to the Crimson Sands. As safely as we shall see you across the ocean. I might write you a word of introduction for Jackal. Oh, he's a lad. Both resourceful and courageous. But that's a talk for later. Now, let me get you out of that seat. Stop trembling. Be as brave as your mission demands you to be. Here, take my scarf. The ocean breeze is cold for the likes of you. So you aren't going to get dinner after all. Our cook is good and our galley is famous. Nothing like the captain's table across the 7 seas. Tonight you'll dine with us and tell us about this mission of yours. Afterwards, you'll be accompanied to the bunk where you'll sleep until we reach land again. But tomorrow at dawn, you'll be shown your duties and start earning your keep, along with all the other hands. And we'll have no more of you at our table. I won't tolerate louts on my ship. If you're to stay aboard, you're to work as hard as anyone else. If not, harder to make up for your thefts. Do we have an agreement? Very good. First mate, Mr. Iron Chops, give this wretch proper clothing and a bunk somewhere on the ship. As far away from the galley as possible, in case they wake up in the middle of the night with a need for a snack. Oh. And give the cook a cat and nine tails, just in case more food disappears. He'll know whom to thank. And how. Now, you. Be gone. Yes, I know you have a name. I've seen it on those papers so badly concealed. Unlike the medallion that just saved your life. But you have to earn our calling you by that name. By working hard for us. For me. For the Nautilus. And Captain Nemo. Prove yourself, and we'll call you by that name. Now be gone, I said. My steward will let us know when it's time for you to join us for dinner. I said us. I meant me. I dine alone in my own cabin. The officers and the crew have their own quarters. I know you hate seeing strangers seated at our table, my Nautilus, but we owe the Crimson One for your new body, your eternal life. And therefore, today, we're going to spare their minion. Praise be to the Crimson One. There's been a change of plans, lads. Our route is changing from the southern ports. This morning I have received a raven bearing a message from our spies. And now the stowaway has given us more news. That dog Siren has been spotted off the coast of Rapture. And we have a score to settle with Siren and that dragon of his. We shall set free upon the shores of the Crimson Sands port this wretch that we decided to spare. We have a common enemy. We shall let them live, so that they can be a thorn in Dragon's side until we finally destroy him, and all his scum to the last man, and sink his damned fleet in flames. So, Nautilus, hard to port. We have work to do. You want me to call you by that name, don't you? Nautilus. My life. My one and only. My love. Hard to port. Darling. Oh, Nautilus, my love. Oh. Someday, my Nautilus. Someday our souls will be free. Today, though, our souls must endure. Script by the Finis Terrae Lighthouse Keeper.